Hello, everybody. Today we have Manjari Agrawal with us. She's a former corporate leader. By education, she's a CA, but now she's a wellness coach, past life regression specialist, Reiki master, and inner child healer. She started Antaratma Happiness Center to support people's mental well-being and growth journey. So, before we begin, I would like to welcome Manjari to our channel and also thank her for making the time and speaking with us. Welcome to our channel, Madhura Manjari.
It's my pleasure, Ajay.
Okay. So, Manjuji, please tell us, where are you from?
I am from Calcutta.
Okay. Can you tell us about your education?
About the
Education.
so I studied CA and I'm also an alumni of IIM Calcutta. And then I worked 20 years in corporate in various role in audit. And now 3 years back, I quit my job to become a full-time therapist.
Full-time therapist. Oh, that's good. Also, can you please tell us a bit about your career?
So I started, as I already mentioned, as CA, and I started
Yes. Yeah.
as an internal auditor and in finance, and I worked across in Bangalore. I worked in Bombay, across in Fortune 500 in leadership
Oh, yeah.
roles, and but largely into internal audit only. And then but I was practicing by the side. I was also practicing my healing modalities. Like I learned Reiki 25 years back when I was still a student, and that's how
Yeah.
my healing started. And by the side, I learned many different forms of meditation as well, but that was for my own development and my own well-being.
Yeah.
But 3 years back, during COVID, actually, I felt that this work has a lot of power because I was not at all scared during COVID. I was sleeping well. I
Yeah.
didn't even contact COVID, and everything was very peaceful for me, even though
Yeah.
there was so much of fear around me. So then I decided to quit my job to become a full-time therapist. I'm largely into past life regression therapy, inner child healing, and Reiki healing. So this is how my journey has been.
So you had a successful corporate career before moving into healing. What made you change?
So what made me change was when I found the change in my own life. And then because I was also, though I had a nice career, everything, education, but also I experienced a lot of stress, anxiety, and fear during my professional life as well as my personal life. And though nothing was that amiss, but still I experienced a lot of stress, anxiety, and fear. And it didn't allow the stress, anxiety, and fear did not allow me to enjoy my life. No matter what was happening in my surrounding, I'll always be stressed and fearful, and anxiety will be there. And then I found that with my healing practices, slowly this came down. And then during COVID, since I we were all inside our homes, I had a lot of time, and I really went into doing a lot of meditation. Like I used to do 6 to 8 hours of meditation during a day.
Great.
And then I actually made I transcended from that state of fear, anxiety, and stress to a state of joy, peace. And then I found that though there is so much of stress and anxiety in the environment, but actually I am not stressed. I don't feel that much of fear and anxiety. And that 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 insight came to me that this work has a lot of power. And then I wanted to popularize this work and to work with people so that they can also transcend the way I have transcended from a state of stress, anxiety, or fear and fear to a state of peace, joy, and happiness. Now I feel a lot of joy and happiness in my being, as well as I am able to enjoy my life because I don't experience the stress, anxiety, and fear.
Yeah, I can see the relaxation and all the glow on your face.
So that made me, when I was able to transcend,
Yeah.
I that moment decide was a deciding factor that I also want to like spread this word around. Many
Yeah.
people have done a lot of work, but still I just felt called for to quit my corporate
Yeah.
career and to start this.
And the 6 to 8 hours meditation that I'm talking about, it's not easy. It's great. You could do it.
Yeah, actually, at that time I was quite in a flow, and also there was nothing else to do at home. So, because we were all inside our homes and all, so there was
Yeah.
not much to do at home.
Yeah.
And then actually, it was a flow, or maybe I can say I was destined, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so it just happened.
Yeah. So please tell us, how does past life regression help with emotional healing? Is it possible for you to share a client experience?
Yeah, so how past life regression therapy helps? So I practice past life regression therapy, like seeing the past life for therapeutic reasons. So the soul travels from one life to another life. And when we travel and we take another life, though we normally don't remember our past lives, but many times, not always, but many times, we also, along with the resources of the past life, we also carry the emotional baggage of maybe sadness, grief, anxiety from the past life. And so when we go to the root of the cause, like maybe a person died in past life in a very stressed or stress situation, maybe it was an accident and all. So maybe that person will be born with those emotions in this life. And when we do go back to that life, see that life and heal that life, then that is the time we are able to release those negative emotions from this life. And that's why we find that some people are feel much more stress, anxiety and fear than other people, because many times it's a baggage from the past as well. It's not only baggage that we carry from past, we also carry resources from our past. So all the child prodigies and all whom we
Yeah.
celebrate, they mostly remember their resources from the past life, and that's why they can speak in 10 languages, they can recite
Absolutely.
Gita
Yeah.
at early childhood. So this is how and also for fears and phobias, like people who have who are scared of enclosed spaces and drowning, mostly in my practice, I found they died of drowning, or they died of suffocation, and that's why they have fear of closed spaces, lift and heights, because maybe they were pushed in one past
Yeah.
life from a mountain and they die. And when we go back to that time, to that past life and heal that past life, the person in this life is able to release those phobias, fears and anxiety. And that is how the past life work. Past life regression also work with relationships. So if I
Yeah.
have had a bad relationship, I killed someone, or bad relationship, so maybe it becomes karmic and then that plays out in life. But when we go back to that life and heal that life, then the client experience a lot of peace in the current life. That is how the past life regression works.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a couple of videos on YouTube and all that. So what I'm saying is, actually true. Even people have shared the various experiences. Even I have done my PLR. Maybe offline I might tell you us about it. So yeah, it can just solve many questions. What is going on in your mind? What is going on in life and all that. Very
Yeah.
interesting. This thing.
And one of the experiences I can share for one of my clients is he was having allergies around the neck since a very early age, and he has done he himself was a meditator. He has done a lot of meditation, lot of therapies, and lot of medications around that thing. But when we did a past life regression therapy, we found that in one of his past life, he has died of thirst in a desert, because he lost his way and he died of thirst. And when we healed that past life, actually then his allergies around the neck got healed. That is how the past life regression therapy works.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. Yeah. So inner child healing is a big part of your work. How does healing childhood wounds affect adults?
So both inner child healing and past life regression therapy, both are regression. Regression means going back in time.
Yes.
Past life is we go back in time in our past lives, and inner child we go past in the current life.
Yeah.
So when the issue is related to the past of the current, like somebody said something that you can't do this, you are foolish in school, and then the person grows up with those limiting beliefs, and then it plays out in that
Yeah.
person's life. So when we go to the childhood back in time and heal those incidents, then the client is able to release the limiting beliefs, and then we can stop those limiting beliefs playing out in the person's life. So that is how the inner child also helps a lot in stress, anxiety, and fear, because many times during childhood a person might have experienced the stress, anxiety, and fear and would not have processed it well. And
Yeah.
when we are not able to process the emotions, then it gets stored within us, and all these stored emotions will present itself in various times in our life. And that's why we say that I don't know why did I get so angry, because maybe the anger was an accumulation of past events. Or many times we say that we're feeling very sad though not much has happened. That is because of the accumulated sadness or accumulated fear of all the years in the past. So through inner child healing, we will help and support the client to process the past emotions and release it, process it and release, because processing is important for releasing the emotions. But we release emotions with a lot of love and care, because those emotions are also a part of our being. Because all emotions serve a purpose in our life, even the negative emotions. But when the quantity of the emotion is much for the individual to handle, that is the time the life gets hijacked and a person goes into a whirlwind of stress, anxiety, fear, not able to enjoy life and all. So that is how the healing happens, and that is how the healing works as well.
So, how do you choose between Reiki, NLP, and family constellation for clients?
Yeah, I also practice family constellation. It is a modality which was found by Bert Hellinger, a German therapist. And actually, Reiki is good for people who wants to heal themselves. It's very easy to learn. Past life regression and all these, for I cannot do past life on myself. If I have to do my past life, I have to also go to a therapist. If I have to do my family constellation or my inner child healing, I have to go to a therapist. However, Reiki is a very good healing modality to be practiced on its own, and it is very easy to learn as well. Like in a day's time one can learn Reiki, but that is not so for past life regression. It takes years of practice and learning to know that to hone the art of past life regression and family constellation as well. How do we choose? It depends on the issue, and a lot of it is intuitive. So when we feel when we Reiki, for sure, it works very well for physical issues and where the chakra needs to be balanced. Past life regression works very well for ancestral healing, as well as uh, as I said, fears, phobias, or something which has its root in the past life and which is not there in the current life. And inner child healing works very well for stress, anxiety, and fear, as well as limiting belief, because a lot of as we grow up, we go through a lot. All of us will go through a lot, and then that's how the family constellation is more of an energy work. And for any issue, we will do family constellation once once to just balance the energies around that thing, around that issue in a person, and not do many issues. Past life regression will not be a first session initially. For my healing, personal healing as well, I started with Reiki because it was easy to learn, easy to do. We start with Reiki, and then we start with inner child, because inner child is to do with the current life, because current life is more closer to a person. I first need to heal my current life. However, if the root cause of the issue is not in the current life, it will not get healed by inner child healing. So then we have to go to the past life to heal that purpose. So that is how we play around with different modalities.
So, There are some people who doubt alternative healing. How do you address those doubts?
So, so alternate healing has its plus as well as minus point. Not all for emergency. For emergency work, it's not that effective. For emergency work, it's always advisable to go to a doctor, to a hospital, and all. However, for chronic diseases, because we know now that most of the diseases, like more than 90% of the diseases are psychosomatic. So when we work with the brain, then a lot of work is required around the belief system as well as the stored past trauma of a person. So people who don't believe in this, what I would like to say to them is just try once. You have not much to lose. Actually, I also was a skeptic, but I did try it because I felt it's hit or miss. I will not have to. I'm not taking any medicine or so that it will have a side effect. So either it will work for me or it will not work for me. So just give it a try, and it worked for me. So same advice to everyone that just try it. No side effect. If it hit or miss, if it works for you, it's great. It can be life changing. If it doesn't work for you, then it doesn't work for
Actually, I would like to support Manjari here. So, many years back, around the COVID time or so, even I was skeptical about PLR. My mother told, try it out. No, what is the harm for you? You might get the answer, you might not. Uh,
you. Yes.
so I just believed. I just went with the flow and I did the PLR and got certain answers to what I was looking for. So yeah, so no harm in trying it out. You have nothing to lose. It's like that. So,
Yeah. As rightly mentioned by you, many times in PLR, along with the healing, a lot of awareness and we get a lot of life answers as well
yeah,
during the process of healing.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So what inspired you to start Antaratma Happiness Center?
So as I already mentioned that I found a lot of potential in this work, and that is that, and I could transcend my state, and that is the time I decided to quit my job and to start my journey as a therapist. And then I did my certification courses. I did my past life regression therapy course from Tasso International, Netherlands, and it was a very long course, and that is how my journey started.
So what is the biggest transformation you've seen in someone through your healing programs?
So biggest, so healing is a personal journey. Each person will have their own healing journey. Like in my case, it was a shift from a place of stress, anxiety, and fear to a peaceful and joyful state. So I could change my state. And when I changed my state, actually my whole world changed because I started to enjoy my life, which earlier I was not able to enjoy. Likewise, for many people, people get breakthroughs in their relationship patterns. People get breakthroughs in their professional lives while they were not able to get along with their bosses, or they would jump from one job to another. But when they go through a process of healing, then all that thing heals, and then they are able to settle in their job. At times, people also get breakthrough about what the purpose of their life is, and they at times change their profession as well. Like I also changed my profession, and
Yeah,
some thrive a lot after their change of profession. And
yeah,
also it's also about the satisfaction, the satisfaction about having a good feeling about the work we do, and not that, oh my god, it's Monday again. So from that, I also moved from a state of, oh my God, it's Monday again,
yeah,
to a state of, thank God it's Monday.
yeah. Sure. So you recently held a yin and yang balance meditation. How do these
Yes.
energies impact your person's mental health?
Yeah, yin and yang balance is very important in all of us, because we all have yin and yang energies. Yin is the energies, female energies. Yang is the male energy. Yin is the energy of empathy, softness, peacefulness, and all. And yang is the energy of action, aggression. and all. So we need both in adequate quantities. So when there's a balance in these qualities, like yin will have their own qualities, yang will have, when there's a balance in these two qualities, then we will be able to have a balance in our life only. So adequate quantity, aggression in adequate quantity. If somebody comes and hits me, I have to show aggression to save myself, right? So that's what the yin and yang balance will do. It will balance the behavior of a person because it will balance the energies of the male and the female energies and the behavior pattern. And that leads to a fulfilling life. Because a balanced personality, a balanced behavior will lead to a balanced life, and a balanced life will lead to a peaceful, joyful, and happy life.
Yes. So, what is one simple meditation practice you would recommend someone who's facing stress?
So simple meditation practice is deep breathing. It's the most underrated activity of in our life. And when we are in a hurry, when we are multitasking, actually you will see that we forget breathing, or it's a very not a deep breathing, it's a shallow breathing.
Yeah.
So the most easiest to do is to deep breathe. If I am feeling stressed, if I have anxiety, I'll just sit and just take few deep breaths. So this is the uh, uh, most easy to do, learn, and with a very powerful effect. Also, it's very good to do some meditation before, just after getting up and just before sleeping, because when we calm our mind just before sleeping, then we experience a very deep sleep and we can be in that state for a long time.
So, what advice do you have for someone who's curious but unsure about the alternative healing?
Try it. Just the advice will be, just you have nothing to lose, so just try it, give it a try. There's no side effect.
Yeah. What message would you have for someone who's seeking peace and healing?
So the message will be: meditate every day, deep breathe, eat healthy, and exercise. Exercise also, because all our emotions are stored in the body. When we exercise, then we actually process and release a lot of stored emotions. So exercise and dance. Dance, because dance is a very good mood enhancer. When we dance, we enhance our mood, and that's the time we also release a lot of uh, trapped negative emotions as well.
Uh, what is life according to you?
Pardon?
What is life according to you?
Life.
According to you. According to Manjari, what is life according to Manjari?
So life is how you live and see it. So it is about you, and other people have nothing to do with it. So life is how I feel about it. So and how I see it. So current, as I said, that the transition from stress anxiety to a peaceful state is a very big achievement for me, and that is what life for me is: to be in the here and now, to be in a peaceful state, and to enjoy life. So this is what life is for me.
Do you have any special message or something you would like to tell our viewers? Anything that comes to your mind right now, as of now?
So be in the now, be in the now, and not in the future. Always planning and not worrying about the future, as well as thinking about the past, what happened. So the power of now, we can enjoy and heal only in the now, and not in the past and in the future. So just be in the now and in the present.
So, what advice Manjari would like to give her younger self?
Uh, Younger self, I would like to, so I wish I started my journey earlier of healing. But maybe that was maybe my karma, or that was my path, chosen path. So yeah, so younger self, I would say I wish I would have started meditating earlier and I would have started my healing journey earlier.
Okay. Uh, Manjari, thank you so much for sharing your insights with us. We wish you the very best in all aspects of your life. And to our viewers, if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching this video. Thank you, Manjari. And
Thank
have a
you.
good day and see you next time, people. Thank you, Manjari.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.